Learn grammar without any effort. Welcome to your digital classroom. I am Saji Kavi and you are watching my channel, the EUREKA. In the previous video, we learned preposition part 1, in which I explained the types of prepositions and particularly prepositions are placed in detail. Those who have not watched the previous video, kindly watch the previous video to understand the grammar and preposition far better. The link of the previous video is given in the description. The prepositions of time. Which are the prepositions of time? They are at, on, in, for, since, behind, until, till, up to, from, to, between, by, within, after, before. These are the prepositions of time. Let's go in detail to understand how these prepositions are used correctly in sentences. The preposition at. The preposition at is used for expressing clock time. What do you see on a clock? Time. For example, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and so on. Then we use at to show a point of time. At dawn, at dusk, at midnight, at noon, at night, at Christmas, at Diwali. Now let's examine the sentences to understand the use of preposition at in detail. I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. At is used to express the clock time. He reached home at dusk or at dawn, at night, at noon, at midnight, at sunset, at sunrise. So here we find at is used to express a point of fixed time. My brother will come home at Christmas, at Diwali. So here for festival we use at Christmas, at Diwali, at Holi, and so on. Now let's examine preposition on. It is used before day and date. For example, on Monday, on 16 January, and so on. For example, we will begin our class on Monday. Mohan was born on 15 June. So we find on is used before day, Monday, Tuesday, and so on. Before the date, on 15, on 16, and so on. Now let's examine preposition in. In is used before the month and year. In the morning, in the evening, in winter, in summer, and so on. For example, he came here in June. So in is used before month. We got freedom in 1947. In is used before year. Next one, the students should reach school in time. That is to say, they should reach school before time. We begin our class on time. On time shows the exact point of time of starting an event. They will meet us in the morning or in the evening or in the afternoon. This shows during. In here used for expressing a period of time in the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon. They will visit us in winter. That is to say, during winter. It is not a fixed point of time. Next preposition, since. We have studied in our school since 2015. Since is used for expressing a point of time, and generally it is used in present perfect and present perfect continuous tense. We have lived here for 10 years. For is used for expressing a period of time. Again, for is used in present perfect and present perfect continuous tense. The train is behind the time. Behind the time means late. That is to say, train is late. They will reach home by sunset. By sunset shows before sunset. That the action will be completed by the given point of time, by sunset. I will complete my work within a week. It shows before the end of the week. Within shows before the end of the time given. He left from here after a year. He came here before 2 o'clock. Next preposition, between. You can meet the principal between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. Between this period of time, between 8 and 10. Up to. You can submit your assignment up to Monday. The sun shines during the day. During shows a period of time. They work from morning to evening, from one time to another time. They work here from 8 o'clock to 2 o'clock. They waited for us till or until 10 o'clock. Now let's learn the different uses of a particular preposition. For example, at. The preposition at can be used for expressing place, time, festivals, activity, and meals. For example, I met my friend at the station. At the station shows the primary purpose of traveling. When I went for the journey, I met my friend at the station. They reached home at 2 o'clock. It shows the clock time. We reached home at dawn. That at a point of time. At dawn, at dusk, at midnight. My brother will reach home at Christmas. They are at play. It is used for showing activity. And before the meals, next one. He is at breakfast. He is at lunch. That is to say, he is having lunch or breakfast. Next preposition, with. With can be used for various purposes. With can express relationship, possession, manner, and means. For example, I found her with a book. with shows the possession. I found her with a book. He fought with courage. Here, with courage shows the manner of the action. He fought with courage. Next one, he is cutting the apples with a knife. That shows the means, the instrument used for cutting something. I live with my parents shows the relationship. That is to say, I live in the company of my parents. She completed the work with my help. The preposition in. As we have learned, preposition in can be used for expressing place. The preposition in can be used before big cities, country, state. For example, we live in Delhi. We live in Punjab. They live in India. They live in a village. Preposition in is used for expressing the time. They lived here in 1947. They came here in June. They reached the school in time. Thus, in can be used for expressing the time. Let's compare at and in, showing the place. At used before street or before the names of small towns. For example, we live at Nehru Nahar in New Delhi. In is used before big places, big cities. At is used before small towns and street. Next preposition, by. By can be used for expressing the time, measurement, agent of the action in passive voice and travel. For example, we will complete the work by Monday, showing the time of completing the action by Monday. What is the time by your watch? We sell milk by liter. They sold cloth by meter. We used as means of transport. We travel by plane, by ship, by car, by bus, by train. Next, by is used for expressing the agent of the action in passive voice. For example, a tiger was hunted by the hunter, or a deer was killed by a tiger.